And so when I say Chinese, I want you to scream out the nation that's associated with this. For example, if I say Chinese, you're going to say what?
China.
All right, let's say it with authority. When I say Chinese, you say what? China. All right, that's just a test right there. So here we go. Chinese.
China.
Russian.
Russia.
Italian.
Italy.
German.
Germany.
Swedish.
Sweden.
Korean.
Korea.
Egyptian.
Egypt.
Nigerian.
Nigeria.
Black.
Exactly. Nothing. Tell him, Pastor. Tell him, Pastor. Black, nothing.
I hope you were able to successfully identify the issue.
I want to say peace and blessings to everyone. Hope all is well with you guys. Just thought I'd do a last minute uh, live here just to talk about a couple of things real quick. And before I go on, I'm just going to give some shout outs. I want to say peace and blessings to Karis Copeland. Ruhama, I want to say peace and blessings to you, Sister Shalon. Peace and blessings to you, Shalom, to you as well. Miss B, peace and blessings to you. Joe's daughter of Zion, peace and blessings to you as well. Donna, peace and blessings, shalom to you. Stephanie, salamah to you. Elaine, shalom to you. Angela, I want to say shalom to you as well. Peace and blessings to you, family. Who else do we have here? Let's talk about it. I want to say peace and blessings to you as well. Who else do we have here? Elkin, as well as wanted to say peace and blessings to Teeth Yahoo. Who else do we have here? Tyrone Smith. All right. Who else? My brother, my Ak, Larry Bryce. So just not going to be here too long with you guys, but just want to just share some thoughts that's been on my mind, and I hope and pray that you guys are having a blessed day, a blessed week. But I just want to share some concerns with you guys. And there's been a lot of talk about the election. And I want to make this clear. I'm not here trying to push anyone to vote, and I'm not here to tell anyone not to vote. You have a responsibility to your household. You have a responsibility to your community. You ultimately have to stand before the Most High for whatever you choose to do and what you choose not to do. So that's not my concern on whether you vote or not. My concern is some of just kind of the how can I put it, the the atmosphere, what we see today. There's a heaviness in this atmosphere right now. There's tension in the atmosphere right now. We see, if you really pay attention to what's going on, there is a standoff that's taken place uh, during the time that we live in. There is a lot of things that are going on, and we just need to recognize this. And for me, I have no care in the world for whether Joe Biden wins or Donald Trump wins. I want to make this clear, guys. We have to stop regurgitating talking points on both sides. I see that within the Christian community within the church, our brothers and sisters, they're pushing Joe Biden. But then I see outside of there, I see within the Hebrew Israelite community, I see many are pushing Donald Trump. And I'm just here to say we have to really look at things for what it is. Both sides, when we look at uh, Joe Biden, we already know his racism. We know how he feels about our people. We know the number of lies that he's made, from marching all the way to, uh, his stance on desegregation. Allowing his children to go to school with our children. We already know what Donald Trump feels, and many would throw around the law that was passed, you know, uh, back in the early 90s that really decimated our community and sent so many of our brothers and sisters in prison. But we have to pay attention to this. Many will say, "Hey, look, this is what Biden signed off on. This is what Clinton signed off on." But we cannot give Donald Trump a free pass either, because Donald Trump was a Democrat. He put money into the democratic system, and during that time, he supported those same bills. So all of them are crooked. All of them had passed things to jeopardize our community. So I'm not here to push you to vote for one or the other. For me, I don't believe in the approach of poison, far as in terms of the lesser of two evils, rather, should I say. When we look at it, for me, when we say lesser of two evils, that's like saying which poison is the best, or which poison will not harm you as much as the other, which poison, you know, will have a stronger or less than is less potent than the other. I've never heard of good poison. Poison is poison, no matter what you say and no matter what angle you would try to classify it. If I tried to offer you guys something to drink out of a glass that used to contain poison, and I told you poison used to be inside that glass, and you saw me wash it, thoroughly clean it, you will definitely be hesitant about drinking out of that glass. So when we understand uh, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, they all on the same team. And when you start understanding the Central Park Five, all of that went down during those laws that was passed. The racial profiling, all of those things were part of that. So we have to get out of this mindset of quoting or trying to persuade someone not to do something or whatever the case may be by using talking points to defend the other. I'm going to say this again, both of them are crooked. What I would pray and try to do, but because of Israel, our people, it's so hard to get our people together on the same page. We're good at picking apart things, but we're terrible with coming together to support. And I tried to start a movement, and I'm going to pick it back up once this election cycle shuts down. But the movement was the non-affiliate party. The goal of that is convincing and encouraging our people not to register as a Democrat or a Republican. And if you and it was never about voting. It was all about uh, having, how can I put it, collateral, not collateral. I would say having chips, having something that we can say that we can use to muscle certain things to happen. And if we all would have just grabbed hold of that message and just no longer, if you're still registered, just change your registration, whether you vote or not, to non-affiliate or independent. That'll completely remove you, and that will force them to come to try to talk to us, because whether we want to believe it or not, to them our votes matter. To them our numbers matter, right? This is why when you understand the three fifths rule came because of the South, how they want to still use our people during the voting process, the calculations. So each one of our ancestors counted for 3/5 of a vote. And so then they would lump us all together. So it was all strategic, but it was never for the interest of our people. And I want to make that clear. It was never for the best interest of our people. Our people were slaves during that time. And guess what? Are we free right now? The Constitution, which is parallel to the covenant that many reject, the covenant has 10 foundational uh, commandments that many fight against. The Ark of the what? Covenant. The Ark was just a box, but what was inside the box is what mattered and represented what the presence of Yah, which is the covenant, right? So when we look at the command, I mean the Constitution, the 10 articles, those are foundational articles that will never change. And in those articles, I believe Article 4, we were listed under property of the slave owners. The judge in the Dred Scott case, right? If you research it, the Supreme Court made it clear that not a single politician has the power to do away with slavery. Why? Because you do away with slavery, then you what? Completely change the Constitution. You have to rewrite the Constitution. So what did they do? What did they do? They decided to come up with the 13th Amendment to redefine what slavery is, or try to uh, further define it, right? Because they couldn't abolish it. So they said, okay, we're going to say if you get into any type of trouble with the law, right, then if you have a record, then you can what, be subjected to going right back into the system. But the truth be told, we never left the system. So we have to be truthful about this. The slavery still exists. Slavery still exists. That's why the laws are written the way that they are written. No matter what people will tell you, we were never viewed uh, as being equal to anyone outside of what, the animals. And for the slave masters, their dogs were treated better than us. So why am I saying all of this? Right? When we look at this whole election cycle, when we look at the racial tension, and I do not subscribe to the institution of race. You guys already know, and I explained that that construct is nothing more than the continuation of the caste system. That is the true order that many are trying to wait for. The new world order been here, full steam and running, operational, right? So when we look at what's happening right now, my concern is the safety of our people. The safety of our people. My concern is if Trump lose, we already know the codes that have been placed out there, put out there. We already know that there's going to be some racial backlash if he lose from within his base. If Biden lose, we still going to see racial tension. So my concern is for our people, for our community. Guys, especially with my sisters, be careful. Be careful out there. Be careful out there. When you go put gas in your car, if you're single and you need to put gas in your car, go to an area that's lit. Do not wait to do it at night. Do it when there's a lot of people outside. Fill up your tank. When you're going to the supermarket, go when there's a lot of people outside. You know, we have to use wisdom with this. Be careful of going out at night because there's a lot of things that are going on. You know, there's a lot of things that are going on. So be watchful. Be watchful. See, you up on the screen, you see where it says Deuteronomy 28:68. No man shall buy you. What it actually means is no man will redeem us. This voting system is not going to redeem our people. It's not a form of salvation for our people. The governmental system is not a form of salvation for our people. No man shall buy you. Our people have a history of getting involved with different groups, especially governmental systems, hoping that that will what? Circumvent and speed up the process of salvation. It's not going to do anything for us. We already see it over and over again, over and over again. At the turn of the 19th century, going into the 20th century, actually, primarily our people voted Republican, and many of it was because of by force, but primarily 90% of our community voted Republican. Then once we got about the around the 50s to the 60s, that changed from Republicans to Democrats. We show our hand. We do not hold. We allow people to just not have to work for anything. Anything. They could just pop up in our community and say whatever, and we just embrace it. So I'm saying all of this to say, let's stop with the foolishness of the lesser of two evils. We see that story already play out. We already see the voting for the lesser two evils play out. We see what happened to our Hebrew Israelite Messiah, right? Let's be real. Our people used the voting system of the Romans to lynch an innocent man. But in our eyes, right, the Hebrew Israelite Messiah at that time, in our eyes, our people viewed him as being evil. Then we see a person that truly took life, murdered people, right? Barabbas. And if you really understand the text, Barabbas' name was this exact same name as the Hebrew Israelite Messiah. But for the sake of the writings, they put Barabbas so you can make a distinction of it. But Barabbas means son of the father, right? So that's what his name means. Bar is Aramaic. Abbas is Abba, son of the father. But nevertheless, let's deal with this real quick. So you had the lesser of two evils in the eyes of the Israelites. They had the Hebrew Israelite Messiah on one side, and they had Barabbas on the other side. And their vote was who to set free. And they chose a murderer, someone who took life versus someone who came to bring life, who came to be, who said that he is the resurrection, our resurrection. But in their eyes, they used the voting system and they voted for what? The lesser, in their minds, the lesser of two evils. So we need to look at things for what it is. If you choose to vote, that's up to you. If you choose not to vote, that's up to you. Our ancestors did not die so that way you could just vote. No, they fought so that way you had the option to vote or not to vote, that you have choice, that you can exercise your choice to vote or not to vote. They did not fight for us to just vote and just throw our votes out there to anyone. No, they wanted us to have what? The option to vote. I'll say that again. They fought for us to have the option to vote. If you choose to vote, that's your option. If you choose not to vote, that's your option, but not from a perspective that we are forced not to vote, that we do not have a voice in the narrative. So let's stop with this whole talking points, these regurgitated talking points, and let's focus on the bigger issue, the safety for our community. There is a war that's going on that none of us are safe from. That's Mob Deep right there. You can run, but you can't hide forever. None of us are safe from this war that's going on. The only protection that we really have is who? The Most High. We have the Most High. We have His Son. We have the Holy Spirit. So I'm going to say this again, guys. Let's be mindful. Let's be very conscientious of what's going on. Keep your eyes and ears open, brothers and sisters. Let's focus on the meteor matters. Let's focus on the safety of our people, like Nehemiah focused on building the wall first. Then he dealt with all the internal issues afterwards. So, family, let's build this wall. Right now, all the other stuff like the distractions of the urban apologetics and all those other those are just distractions. Those are just distractions. But the bigger issue is the safety of our people. So I just want to just jump in here real quick. I made it a point that I was not going to be long, but I just want to jump in here and just be brief and just encourage you guys to focus on the major things, and that's safety for our communities. We need the watchmen to rise up and defend and be the watchers of our community like we should be, like we are called to be, like we're called to do. Adam responsibilities was a cultivator, to be a cultivator, right? As well as being a watchman, to cultivate the heritage, to cultivate the culture that the Most High has had given him, and also be a watcher of it. And so we have that same task to cultivate the culture the Most High has given us, and also be a watchman over our people, over our communities. We can't expect someone to do something that we should be doing ourselves, and that's watching over our people. If we continue to depend on other people to do it, we're going to continue to be disappointed. When push come to shove, when push come to shove, they are going to take care and defend their own people. We see that within the evangelicals. When it's all said and done, they are going to protect their people at all costs. And we need to take the same angle that we're going to protect our communities at all costs. So with that being said, family, just want to jump out here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and jump off, and I'll be back online this Thursday, and I'm going to try to have a special guest to come on. And matter of fact, Ashonda, reach out to me. Maybe we could talk about this upcoming playbook, put some things together, and kind of do a playbook about. Maybe we could talk about voting rights and talk about the things that we need to really be more up to speed with. Maybe we could talk about some other issues we need to talk about. So feel free to reach out to me. Let me know what your schedule looks like this Thursday. And if any of you guys that are watching right now and you want to chime in, feel free to let me know, and I'll bring you in, and we can just kind of have an open mic, and we can just express some thoughts. But let's be very for those. Let's be be mindful that other people are watching us. So let's be the reflection of the word that others are trying to learn and trying to understand and trying to see. So with that being said, family, that'll be the next time I'll be live, and I'm going to go ahead and call it a wrap. And I will talk to you later. Shalom.